Today the matter was taken up at 2:30. There was quite a few deliberations with regard to whether or not the matter should be referred to a larger bench. Eventually, that was the decision that was taken, and the matter is now being placed before the Honourable Chief Justice of this Honourable High Court for whether or not the matter should be referred to a larger bench. Of course, there was a lot of deliberations with regard to the interim relief, but we all require that this matter eventually be buried once and for all. We will hopefully wait for what the Honourable Chief Justice, in his wisdom, has to say, and accordingly follow suit.
So we see that
on Monday the colleges are reopening its thing. What will happen? Whether the girls will be allowed or the status quo will be maintained? How will it
See, that is eventually what the court will have to decide. We expect that the court also, the Honourable Court gives us a very expeditious decision. But first, this will all have to be decided by the Honourable CJ insofar as the matter being referred to a larger bench or not. Once that happens, it is also the court will, in its wisdom and its bounden duty, to bring a rest to this, hijab row as we call it now, because all of us know right now there is more than just what meets the eye. There are a lot of constitutional aspects that are involved in this matter, and it requires deliberation, requires heavy consideration, and the courts well aware about their duty, and we will obviously be following suit. Absolutely, because see, at the end of the day, the interim relief that we want is what we want as a final relief also. So instead, the court in its wisdom decided that we would have the matter resolved once and for all, and that is what we require.
we saw that there were a lot of arguments which were put forth by the Advocate General as well in regard with to give some sort of judgment, but we see that now there's no interim relief and the case has been referred to the larger bench. How do you see the arguments put forth by the Advocate General?
See, the Advocate General has in his prerogative to protect his interest and the state's interest, which will also help in protecting our interest. Of course, now since the matter is to be referred before a larger bench, or at least that consideration is still what we are awaiting, it is only we will have to wait for what eventually happens, and then we are expecting that the matter, whether or not it's being referred to a larger bench, is that decision comes out tomorrow. Then we will take immediate steps to file necessary copies of the petition before the bench, serve it to the other side, and have the matter the Honourable Court today, and that's what we will also seek, if at all. But like I said, eventually the matter has to be decided and disposed of as soon as possible, because we need to look at what the students also are suffering from due to this particular issue. One of our many contentions. So we will definitely look to have that resolved, but to make any comment will not be advisable right now since the matter is sub judice.